Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we're going to talk about what has been going on with this car. It's been a really long time since I uploaded, and I just wanted to give you all a little back history and fill you in on what's been going on in my life and with the car. It is currently down. We've had some engine issues, and we're going to go over everything in today's video. I think I'll probably throw a couple of videos in this that I shot earlier this year, probably in earlier April. It's middle November right now, almost Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's been a minute. So beginning of this year, we got the trans back in the car after you all saw the transmission video, and then right after that, I was like, okay, we need a test. We need to get this thing rolling. I have new launch control stuff that I want to do with the car and figure some stuff out with the new clutch slipper. Took the car to Edgewater, which is my first time being there. Beautiful facility. Loved it. I cannot wait to go back. Before going, I will say that I did check the valve lash on the car, and a couple of the exhaust valves would not come into spec. They were extremely tight, and I loosened the adjuster nut all the way loose, and they still were too tight. They were much better, kind of close, but still not where they should have been, and I should have stopped right there and dove into it and seen what was actually going on with the car. Instead, I was impatient and I wanted to test and I wanted to drive, blah, blah, blah. So what do? We go to the track. We try some new stuff. I am doing stuff in the ECU to pull ignition timing, which creates a lot of heat. Trying to pull timing to get the car controllable off the line. And yeah, that's created a lot of heat. And what I think has happened is the exhaust valves have deformed, stretched, what have you. They are, I guess, only a year or two old, but we got there first pass. We were sitting on the two-step for way too long because there was a malfunction on the tree. The tree didn't drop, so the car sat there on the two-step too long. I'm sure that did not help matters. Probably should have lifted and addressed it instead. I stayed in it a little longer, just trying to gather some data. Went back, made some changes, tried to get things loosened up a little more. I think when the car is actually gripped up, there shows almost a 20% difference in front versus rear wheel speed on this car anyway, and I didn't factor that into my progressive RPM limiter. So now, after looking at everything, I have adjusted that. So hopefully that's a little better next time out. Not sure when that'll be. We'll get to that in a little bit. So yeah, not sure when the car will be back together. But I have, it technically didn't blow up at the track. I think it was the following day or a couple days later, I went out and tried to lay the wheel speeds over top of each other on the street, and I adjusted the clutch slipper a little bit more. So I did a little data gathering on the street. I was able to get the clutch slipper a lot closer to its actual friction point where it needs to be. It's the one that the Boosted Boys have. I've had it for a year or so now. So we got that a lot closer. I am logging clutch pressure now into the ECU. So while I was out on the street, I got all the data that I needed. I was on my way home and I was like, oh, let me play in second gear. So I do a little rip on it right next to my house, and in second gear, halfway through, it's riding the progressive limiter because of course we're spinning because we're on the street, and drops the valve. I hear it, shut it off, coast onto my street, push it into my driveway, pull the plugs, and I'm like, yep, that's a sign. That's a sign to put the car away and not mess with it for a while. And that sign is because earlier this year in May, we had ourselves a beautiful daughter. So now we got the two girls. We got Harlan, we got Finley. So yeah, she's amazing. She's been an awesome baby. That's main reason I haven't been posting a whole lot. I've been doing dad stuff and saving money and living life. Put this on the back burner for a while, but settled into life a little better, and I'm getting antsy, and I need to do car stuff. So here's the video. I got some stuff in the works. I've talked to some people. We got new exhaust valves going in the cylinder heads. The cylinder head that was on the car did get pretty beat up. I am getting it repaired. So hopefully that will be done soon. I did send 2 cylinder heads off. I hand ported one, so hopefully that turns out all right. We'll see. So I'm hopefully having 2 cylinder heads on hand. Then the block took some damage as well. I'll put in some videos or voice over some pictures or something, show you the block, show you the head, a little bit of that stuff. And the block did take some damage, right? So the valve was floating around in there, literally stuck in there. The keepers are still in the retainer. So strange. So yeah, I decided I wanted to just step the bore up to 89 millimeter instead of 88, which we were at. The cylinder walls may not clean up 100%, but I think they're going to be close enough to where we can run it and make some power and test a few things oil-wise and clearance-wise to see how I want to get these engines spec to. Because I have been on the hunt for a few engines, a few heads, a bunch of cranks, just so I can start having some backup stuff, because I don't want to give up and I want to keep going and push and stay on top. Not there yet, but we will be someday. So I've bought 2 cranks, a couple heads, 2 blocks, a couple heads. I've bought, I think I have 3 or 4 55 millimeter cranks now. Those are at work. So I've just been working on cleaning these guys up. I got some bungs welded in them like I had on my other engine. That's just for crankcase ventilation. Did that myself. Doesn't look the best, but it should work. So yeah, I've just been doing a few things here and there. We got new pistons in. I'm planning on reusing my old rods. The block, my old crank pistons and rods are in California now. Golden Eagle's handling that stuff for me. And then my cylinder heads should be coming back next week or so, from what I've been told. They're at Jeremy Allen Racing. So we got some thicker exhaust stems, thicker stem exhaust valves. Factory is 5 millimeters thick, and we're stepping up to a 6.6 millimeter exhaust valve, because all that extra heat really does a number on the exhaust valves. So what did we learn from this? We learned that we need to check our valve lash a lot more often, and we also learned that we need to get a leak down tester, which is on the way, and we're gonna do cylinder leak down after every event or testing or outing or whatever. Yeah, and I may also potentially look into mixing fuel, methanol. That'll help bring the EGTs way down. I do have the EGT controller. I do still just need to buy the sensors for those. I have all my measurements here. I need to order. But yeah, the car's here. It's not going anywhere. It's slowly hopefully getting pieced back together. And then, yeah, I guess that's going to about do it for this video. I'll plug in some more videos if I have them here and there. But as parts start coming back in, we'll get more videos out to you guys. YouTube's getting mad at me that I haven't uploaded in so long. They said they're going to pull my monetization. So here I am. So leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. If you all have any exhaust valve issues or any traction strategies, I think I have it in my head kind of a good procedure to go down or avenue to look at. Been talking to a couple people about it, so I don't know. A lot of things in the work. Also may try and modify the S1 trailing arms, or at least the brackets, because I'm wanting to try to push the rear tire back to extend the wheelbase, at least just for front wheel drive. Maybe I can make up some brackets for front wheel drive, because you don't want to mess with that axle alignment too much and push the wheel way back. That'll mess stuff up once it's actually all-wheel drive. But yeah, I've been doing some research, and the wheelbase of these is actually shorter than most of the Civics running by like 2 inches. And I'm like, okay, well, if the Civics are pushing their rear wheel back 2 inches, that means I'm going to have to push back 4 to be like comparable to Civic 60 foots. Maybe that's why these things can't 60 foot worth of shit. So that's something I may look into. I might be able to weld on another tab to my shock mount to move it back another inch or so. That would be like these guys up here, but in the rear. Let me see if I can't show you what I'm talking about. Probably not. But so what I'm talking about is adding another tab on this side, and then just having like 1, 2, 3, and they can be stock location, or I could move it back here to maybe keep to have the shock more aligned if I push the rear back. Just add a tab to that or something. I don't know, something I might look into in the future and stuff I've been thinking about. But yeah, car's still here. Interior's still looking fire. I don't know. I've also been thinking about a bigger, different turbo, switching to a next gen. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in the works on my mind, but not a whole lot of money to do it, which is always a problem. So, all right, the video cut out there on me. Sorry about that. I'm gonna throw in a couple pictures of the girls for you all. See the new baby. Her name is Finley Lynn. She is pretty awesome. So happy to have her in my life. So we will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching.